Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katerina or Kat if you're new here, and in today's video we are going to be choosing my November TBR. Now instead of going around my bookshelves or utilizing my TBR card, we're going to be choosing my TBR with a little assistance from ChatGPT. Now I do want to put out a disclaimer before this video that while I do believe AI and AI tools like ChatGPT can be great for small tasks, that it can be great for process improvement, it can be great for, fun things like videos like this, I do not believe that AI nor anything like ChatGPT should replace critical thinking, personal judgment, or anything of that nature. While I do use ChatGPT and other AI tools every once in a great while for small, simple things like, how do I fix my sourdough starter? I don't use it for things that would replace critical thinking or personal judgment. But with that disclaimer aside, we're going to be going into this video. I'm very excited. This is going to be very interesting and very different. I was trying to think of a few different ways how I could use ChatGPT to choose the books that I am planning on reading. There was the easy way. I could have just given it a list of all the books that are on my TBR card or in my shelf for it to choose from, but then I thought that's just too easy and it doesn't make it any fun. So instead I came up with 5 prompts that I'm planning on asking ChatGPT. Each prompt is going to help me pick the book that I'm going to read in the month of November. There are a few other books that I am planning on reading in November. The first one is A Road Trip with a Vampire. I'm reading this as a buddy read with my friends. 2, I'm also planning on reading Empire of the Damned. That was already planned. There is one other rule that I created for this, and that is I cannot go out and buy the book. If ChatGPT gives me a book that I personally don't own, I can't just go out and buy it. The first resource that I have to use is my local library. Okay, so the first prompt is already picking a book from my current TBR. So I am asking ChatGPT, pick one of the following books for me to read. There are 6 books listed, all of which I own. There's Reckless, 5 Broken Blades, The Picture of Dorian Gray, The Sky on Fire, The Secret History, and The Witch King. If you want forward-thinking, worthwhile reading experience that will stay with you, I'd pick The Secret History. Why that one? It's a modern classic with real literary weight. It has the dark academia vibe that inspires great annotations. It's immersive, character-driven, and it will stick with you more than a quick fantasy hit. Okay, so the first book that ChatGPT is picking is The Secret History. That one's going to be interesting. It's been on my list. It's also on my fall TBR list. It's one that I have wanted to read, but I've always put it off. Alright, so for question or prompt number 2, I'm asking ChatGPT to pick a book that contains these tropes: cozy fantasy, low stakes, and found family. These have been the tropes that I've been really looking for in books lately, and so I'm interested to see what ChatGPT will pick. Let's see. Okay, so it did pick Legends and Lattes, which I already assumed that it would pick. It also gave backups of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches, Can't Spell Treason Without Tea, and A Psalm of the Wild Built. I am going to ask it to pick a different book because I've read most of these. Pick a different book. I've read most of these. I kind of had a feeling that it was going to pick one of those. Miss Percy's Pocket Guide to the Care and the Feeding of the British Dragons, The Spell Shop, Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, The House in the Cerulean Sea. I've read all of the main popular ones. However, I have not read Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So because it did give me a list, we're going to just go with Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. So for prompt number 3, I'm asking pick a book that takes place in winter or has a winter/winter theme in the title. So let's see what it picks. The Snow Child by Eowyn, Winter Solstice, Fantasy, Spinning Silver, The Bear and the Nightingale, Romance. I'm gonna ask it to pick one for me because it once again is giving a list. Okay, so it did pick The Bear and the Nightingale. Why this one? It's gorgeously atmospheric, it's deeply wintry, it's feels like wrapped in a folklore, it's endless winter vibes, it's cozy and eerie, it's touch of magic, it's found family and village dynamics, it's forest, winter spirit, old traditions, and a courageous young heroine. Alright, so for prompt number 4, I am asking ChatGPT to get me a new release. So which one is it going to pick? Given your interest in literary fantasy, slow cozy, and a blend of reading, I'd recommend The House Sapphier by Marissa Mayer, releasing November 4th, 2025. It's a romantasy murder mystery retelling of Bluebeard. The idea of a murder mystery and retelling of Bluebeard, that does sound interesting to me. Alright, And for our final prompt, I am going to be asking, pick a wildcard book for me to read that you think I'll enjoy. All right, going full wildcard. Something a little unexpected, immersive, and memorable, but still in the cozy, leaning, atmospheric, character-driven lane you gravitate towards is The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. This is one that has been on my radar, weirdly enough, for quite some time. I've never gotten around to read it. It has portal fantasy wonder, character-driven, is a book lover's story, literary yet magical, adventure, mystery, found places, and self-discovery, emotional weight, and dreamy aesthetic. I like that. A story wrapped in velvet and old paper. That was actually, weirdly enough, a good pick. Okay, so here are all the books that we are going to be reading in November TBR. We have The Secret History. Very excited about it. It's been one on my list for quite some time. We have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. We have The Bear and the Nightingale, another one that I've heard really great things about. The House of Saphir. Then we have The 10,000 Doors of January, another really big, popular book that I've really wanted to read for quite some time. And then, of course, the other two books that I'm planning on reading, Road Trip with the Vampire and Empire of the Damned. So we do have a big selection of books for the month of November. A little bit ambitious, especially with like two very big books. I do see The Secret History, a very philosophical book, so I do see myself spending quite a bit of time with that book. And then, of course, Empire of the Damned is just a big tome of a book. Another thing is can I find most of these books at my local library? I do believe I already have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies here with me. It's going to be The Bear and the Nightingale, The 10,000 Doors of January, The House of Sapphire. I could potentially see that book in the library when it releases on November 4th. We might have to give it at least a good week before it releases, but the other two, I can definitely see. One that I have been struggling to find as a buddy read is Road Trip with a Vampire. Our library, for some reason, hasn't gotten that one in, so I'm going to have to see what to do about that one. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a different, non-conventional way to pick the books that I'm going to be reading for the month of November. The reason why I did this is I've noticed that most of the books that I've picked for October that I kind of just like pulled off of my shelf really weren't hitting the spot. And I think that this was a really fun way. Am I going to be doing this often? I don't know. If you guys enjoyed this way of picking my books, definitely let me know in the comments below. I definitely think that there were some kind of hiccups where ChatGPT was just giving me lists of books instead of just giving me one book to read, and so it was like I had to ask it again to just pick one of these books. The other issue is that because I've read a lot of the books, ChatGPT tends to pick books that are currently out in the world, is considered the most popular, most trending, and I kind of have to give it a lot more prompting. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely leave in the comments below what books that you plan on reading in November. And also, if you want to give it a try, definitely try asking, an AI system or ChatGPT or Google or whatever to pick your next read, because maybe that next read will be a 5-star book, or maybe it's a book that's going to be outside of your comfort zone. I think it's always really great to just try different books, even if you don't know if you're going to enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!